Timer is set. Oh, why is my chair so low? Hold the fuck. Okay. All right. Episode 8. The new episode 8 for the fourth time.
Right.
All right, we're getting it. Let me start the timer. 30 minutes. Okay. Oh my God,
Man, oh man.
Ooh. So,
hey, we gonna drop this one. This one for the folk. This for the people right here. This is for the people. This episode.
my God. All right. So in the preparation up for setting up for the podcast and everything,
Right.
I got some breaking news. I told you about the Epic Times.
Yeah.
How they're pretty much neutral. They just report on things.
Yes, sir.
And they'll have their opinion section. So breaking news. Amazon has now said that they're going to be removing Parler from their servers on the 10th.
Right.
The day before that,
That's tomorrow, right?
Apple threatened now to remove Parler from their servers, and before that, Google has now threatened, or not threatened, but says that they're going to remove Parler from their servers.
Right.
So they can't. Well, this is what fucking gets me. So they tell you, well, if you don't like our policies, go get your own platform. You go get your own platform,
And they take the platform
and
down.
they're making it impossible for you to run the platform.
Or in other words, they're demonetizing Parler, bro.
They're fucking,
basically,
bro. They're trying to keep their monopoly hold on the internet.
But can you blame them? I mean, bro, you rub shoulders with some people. You start making that money. You start making that money to lean this way and, big up these people and stuff like that, bro. And they start threatening to take all that back. You're like, man, if all I got to do is get rid of Parler, I'll do it.
Bro, oh my God. So this comes after, this isn't a coincidence either. Like, this comes after they ban Trump off of all of the social media platforms.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to stop with him. They don't hate Trump because they hate, what is it? They don't hate us because they hate Trump. They hate Trump because they hate us. In essence, that they're going after Trump so hard because he represents
Us. The people.
He represents us, the American people. He doesn't have the foreign interests that everyone else does. I mean, even if he does help out his millionaire buddies here, they're here.
Right.
But giving
creating jobs for.
But giving billions to Pakistan for gender studies, and China, like
Having annually funding Israel, but can't help build Detroit, which was a top 5 city in the world.
Mind you, I wasn't even like, mind you, up until we got this breaking news, I was pretty cool, huh? I was like, I'm like, all right, it's cool, like everything's pretty good, we got some.
You tried to play even kill.
We got some crazy shit going on, we're good.
Right.
And then I got the notification, oh, Amazon, and then I read into that one, and then clicked to a previous article. I didn't even know that. I heard Apple was threatening Parler, but I didn't know that Apple, Amazon, and Google.
You're not gonna beat that. That's a 3-headed boy. That's one of the craziest 3-headed monsters ever. You're not beating that one. Sorry, Godzilla, you ain't beating that one.
So, anyways, there's a first. There's a new social media platform that opened up in solidarity with Parler called First Social. I think it's firstsocial.net. They're completely free speech. They just got started, just almost just now. I just got my account now, 5 minutes before we started this. And holy crap, man, Jesus! I'm assuming they just got started, so they're a bit slow. The internet's the loading is slow with it, but holy crap, I'm tripping, man. Like,
we need to start.
I get it if they don't want us on their platform.
Right.
I get it. But now you're fucking like, we're just going off to our own space, and we can't even have our own space now.
Bro, we need to start building our own internet, our internet platforms and stuff, bro.
Like this kid CJ said, conservatives are just fighting to exist in a country that you're supposed to be free in. Like,
bro,
fighting for the right to exist. Like, you can't even go to your own corner?
Bro, it's bad to be a conservative. I think I'd rather just be a black person than Jim Crow than be a conservative. I'll be a runaway slave, during slave, on a slave in breakneck Mississippi, rather than being a 2020 conservative, 2021 and on. Because this is about to be hell, bro. It's about to be hell to pay, bro. All that big on your chest Trump support shit. Oh, it's over, bro. They coming, and everybody knows, and they got a list, and they checking it twice.
Bro, they're making no fly lists. Like legit, like reporters, like conservative leaning reporters.
Right.
I forget what's his name. The guy who started the walkaway movement.
Right.
You know the gay dude.
Mm-hmm.
You heard of him? So he started the walkaway movement. He had like over 500,000 followers, or a group of 500,000 members, on Facebook or whatever, and Twitter. They banned his group. Like, it had nothing to do with Trump.
Right.
They just banned his group because it was walk away from the Democrats. All it was testimonials of, well, I used to be a lifelong Democrat, and now I'm kind of fed up with their party, so I'm out. I'm leaving. And that was it. Like, had nothing to do with Trump, just that they were leaving the Democratic Party. His shit was banned. Like, this past week, he was put on a no-fly list, like, as a terrorist, because he was there at the Capitol, and he was just filming everything. He was filming everything that was going on. And like, the cops, the Capitol Police saw him and everything, and they saw his badge and everything, so they didn't arrest him. So he's like just filming and recording, and they marked him as a terrorist and put him on a no-fly list.
Speaking of the Capitol, let's get into that.
Okay, yes.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I would like to get my little 2 cents first, right? And then you go ahead and you smack me down with all of the facts and everything, right? I believe it was cap, bro. I believe that was just something, and they just was kind of. I felt like this was going to happen regardless. I felt like if Trump won, this would have been a BLM, another BLM terroristic riot, and then Biden won, and this happened. And if you ask me, I don't think that these were even Trump supporters. I think it was like piece of them were, and then like the lady and stuff that was crying and stuff. I think some of them were Trump supporters, and then I think the ones that were doing the crimes was, once again, like, I feel like it's these group of tyrants, these like Antifa type of people that are just like, they're just like tyrants, bro, getting paid to just do whatever they like, do whatever. I felt like the Trump supporters was the one around them, just video recorded and like looking around like, what's going on? Like, we here, let me just go and see what's really going on, bro. Like, they got that dude in a Vikings thing. Like, it just screams, funded to do this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, well, I did hear that theory going around from the evidence now. What's been proven.
Right.
There was only 2 members of BLM and Antifa that were there.
Oh, okay.
So as far as we know now, all the rest were Trump supporters.
Okay.
All right. Now, I understand you're upset. I'm upset, but no reason to do like you're no better than the riots that happened over the summer.
Thanks.
Don't do that.
Right.
Like, you're gonna make all conservatives look bad. You're gonna give the media what they want.
It's
like,
too late. They already they did.
4 years of rallies, right? Not one incidence of rioting.
Right.
No burning down buildings and cities. 4 years of rallies. This one specifically. And yeah, he said, march on the Capitol. But a lot of politicians over the years have said, march on the Capitol, march onto Wall Street, march. Like, but any violence that breaks out is not their fault.
Right.
Whether they said, march on there, like, that's march, okay? But he didn't say, go in there and take down, bust into their shit, break into their offices. He didn't say any of that. He just said, march on them, show them that you're unhappy and displeased with the way that the system ran itself.
And then guess what? On my side, I start seeing the memes. If these were black people, we would have been shut down. And I'm just
and
like,
so I had a discussion with someone, right? And it was basically saying, if you had nothing to say about the riots all summer long, but are pissed off about this, I don't want to hear you because you're a jackass.
Right.
And you're meaning you're like your opinion.
Same thing.
Your opinion is invalid in the larger conversation.
Right.
Because you have to hold the same standard.
Mm-hmm.
I hold the same standard. If you're a thug, if you're a BLM burning down a city, and you're a thug, if you're a Trump
burning down
supporter,
the Capitol, same thing.
If you're a Trump supporter breaking into the Capitol,
same thing.
You're a thug. You don't do that. You're a criminal.
I seen something that said you're even more blasphemous if you believe that burning down, or not even burning down, but just breaking into the Capitol is worse than burning down your own city, your own businesses, your own everything.
Because that's the thing is they had a specific mode and reason.
Right.
It was politicians.
Right.
They weren't burning innocent people's businesses to the ground or people's livelihoods. I mean, I heard in Kenosha there was an apartment building burnt down and there were children still inside of it.
Right.
Not, I think they made it out, but still, you don't set an apartment building on fire.
To me, that's way worse than a Capitol. Either way it goes, it's still bad. That's just like when people say, when people say, well, who'd you vote for? I voted for Biden. Why'd you vote for Biden? You just got to pick the lesser of the two evils. Either way it goes, when you're in a mindset where you believe you voted for somebody that's evil, but he's less evil, you automatically, to me, if that's how you thinking when you vote, you automatically, it's already bad. Because you just admit it. You pick the lesser of the two evils. You already picking somebody who you think is evil, but you picking him anyway just because you feel like he's the lesser of the two evil. If you living in a world where you feel like you got to pick the lesser of the two evil, where that's even an option, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
You upholding this.
Either don't vote or vote third party. Like, if that's the case, send a message.
Right.
You know? And I was talking to the conservative Mexican this morning.
Right.
And he was saying, oh,
shouts out to him.
Yeah, shouts out to him. And he was saying that, I didn't vote because I live in California. And I forgot to tell him, because he's in the military.
Right.
So he's in San Diego, stationed in San Diego right now. So, and I forgot to tell him because I was going to tell him immediately, like, but you have to, because that's how you send a message. If they see, there's more people voting this way, not enough to switch it, but more than in history, more than in the recent past, there might be something wrong there, or something might be growing.
Right.
Send them a message. And no disrespect to you or anything like that. CM. I'm gonna just shorten that because conservative Mexican is a long phrase. But anyways, yeah, like send a message with the way you vote.
Right.
And again, if you think that they're both evil, then vote third party or don't vote at all in protest. Like,
that mindset is non-justifiable to me.
okay,
That mindset is that mindset of the lesser of the two evil. That if you just say that to yourself and think about that, just lesser of the two evil, lesser of the two evil, lesser of the two evil. You just said that both are evil. You just said both are bad, but you still chose one.
and it's not even that it's the lesser of the two evil. It's the evil that
You
that
think
that you
been
that your ideology aligns
manipulated
with.
into thinking
that your ideology aligns with. That's what that is. And to put your ideology over your morality,
right?
Well, then you are what you're saying all the Trump supporters are.
You want me to drop a bomb on you?
But okay, go ahead.
My bad. You keep on going. I'm gonna drop.
Okay, well, so here's the thing is though, but Trump supporters, we truly believe in something. We believe that this country is the greatest country in existence. It may not be, and here's the thing: it's not perfect. It's never been perfect, and nothing ever will be perfect that's made of man.
Right.
But it's the best one. We have, up until recently, we've had absolute freedom of speech. Absolute freedom to protest and freedom to assembly. And oh my God, bro. And it looks like we're losing that.
Well, if we are now in America where even if you build your own platform to freely speak and that gets taken down, then at that point that is no longer freedom. That's no longer freedom of speech.
Dude.
Then at that point we walking over amendments. At that point people snatching you out your cars for whatever reason they want you to. At that point Canada can do if you don't have a vaccine you can't fly. Because that's real.
Did they implement the law?
Yes, bro. We're going to have to insert that. In Canada, you not flying if you don't got the vaccine.
Speaking of which, in New York, A614, I think it is, the bill A614 is on the floor and being mulled over by the local government in New York, which says police officers can detain or arrest and detain anyone with an infectious disease that they think is a risk to the community.
Right.
Now, they don't specify which infectious disease. They just say a infectious disease, which the cold is an infectious disease.
Bro,
it's
you
contagious.
can have herpes, which is not like it's just it's up there, but it's not as bad as like HIV and AIDS, right? Herpes is a very common
and it also
disease.
says that they can be detained in in a hospital or any area that the governor deems fit. Like
fucking concentration camp. Let's speak on it. Let's speak on it. A concentration camp. What you saying? Let's speak on it.
I'm just like I'm really amazed what's going on right now, bro.
Bro,
like, for all the talk of Trump is a fascist, bro. Like this was the greatest power grab he could have asserted government authority over the entire country. He didn't. This could have been the greatest power grab, and the states. It's up to the states, and that's why you have Florida open to shit. And that's why you have California and New York closed down.
Speaking of closed down, another bomb drop. B117.
I don't know what that is.
Okay,
what bill is that?
No bill.
It's not a bill.
No bill. B117 is a variant of COVID. Stronger variant of COVID. UK is now shut down. They already saying this in America, in Arizona, New York, Texas.
Oh,
they already saying this out here.
The European strain.
The European strain.
Okay,
B117.
Okay.
So now we can also be prepared to go through another shutdown.
Well, I know that there's been 2 strains, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the China one,
Right,
and then we have the one that when it went through Europe, it mutated,
right,
and it became more dangerous.
Yeah, they calling it B117 right now.
Okay, so I guess that's the name for it. But yeah, it's a different strain of the coronavirus
and stronger.
And it's worse, basically.
Right.
So
and they already saying, well, we got it in America. And if you didn't hear nothing about that, well, I'm telling you now, and I'm updating the viewers, anybody that watch it, be prepared, because B117 is going to be what's going to cause another
lockdown.
Yeah, another lockdown. So,
oh God. Well, I know that because
hopefully it doesn't.
I talked to a buddy of mine in California. He said that they were planning on they might be locking down for another 90 days. Like, why? For why?
Well, if we could just use history. Sorry for cutting you off. We could just use history. March. Sorry, bro, but around March it get tricky. So we still got we got the rest of this month, and this is from last year, right? Mm-hmm. So we got February. We got March. I think it really took off that two last weeks of March, right? Like the last 2 weeks of March is when it kind of was just like shut down, done, nothing.
Yeah, they said 2 weeks to stop the spread, to slow the spread,
and then boom, it went from 2 weeks to the rest of the year,
to a month. To 3 months.
Right.
Well, we might not be open until December. Well, we're probably gonna go into the winter.
Right.
Motherfucker.
Well, don't have too many family members at the Thanksgiving dinner.
Bro,
it went from boom.
Did you see the video of the police officers going into someone's home because their neighbor reported on them that they had more than a certain amount of people in their house?
Whoa, but they can't go into nobody's home though.
They were. Have you seen the video?
No.
They were legit at the door. I think they were trying. I only saw a snippet because I was at work, but they were at the door and it looked like someone was like holding, like trying to not let them in.
Well, what did I tell you in one of the past episodes? I said I gotta brush up on it, but there's something in the Constitution that basically makes the constitutions and the amendments and all that basically null and void. Right? Mm-hmm. We don't know that. We know what we were told, and we know that these are the laws, right? Mm-hmm. Put into the Constitution. It is what it is. The amendments are what they are, right? We have to not follow them, but these are like kind of like America's guidelines, right? Mm-hmm. But it's kind of null and void, and the only people that know this is the people that either A, do the information on it, or B, already know this. Mm-hmm. So like Biden and all of them, right? A lot of them are just really glorified lawyers. A lot of them are like lawyers, you know what I'm saying? Graduated from college and got, whatever they got, and they're all lawyers. So they know these laws, they know these rules, and so we don't know this. So we thinking that we're like protected by some invisible veil that is depending on how they use it, can be null and void at any point in time. So at any point in time, they can do whatever they really want to do to you. So if they want to walk in your house with no warrant, no anything, no nothing, then they can, without a knock or without anything. So really, they walk on everything that they say we can't. If you think about that, though.
Well, yeah, that's been the narrative for like the past several months. He rules for thee and not for me. Like,
right.
Like it's so much more than being a hypocrite. Like being a hypocrite of, you should act that way or and then not doing it yourself. But implementing policies and rules that affect the commoners. Like,
these motherfuckers are renegades, bro.
Oh my God.
Fucking petty tyrants, right? Is what we've been saying.
Tyrants. Yeah, what I've been saying for fucking.
That's the word. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me somewhere. Right?
Since the summer.
Right.
But I don't know. But like, and then so the Capitol. My bad. We going off track. So the Capitol, right? The protest when Joe Biden they had and here's where their calls for unities are lies. They're lies because they had a moment. They had a moment where it could have been a unity. Hey, this sucks. What happened at the Capitol? You shouldn't be doing that. Those people are going to be dealt with. But let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get started. This is going to be a new administration. Let's move on. They immediately switched it to the racism card. They pulled the race card immediately of, oh, well, if this was a BLM riot and this was what's it called, there would be dead bodies all over the streets. And, bro,
but that didn't
all
happen.
summer long, there was BLM riots. Police were kneeling with the rioters in solidarity of the message of, you're a racist because you're a police officer. They were kneeling with them. They were told to stand by and stand down to let rioters run roughshod through the cities, and cities burned down for months. People's businesses, apartment buildings, apparently. People were getting shot in the streets. They took over several blocks in Oregon and created their own country or autonomous zone, then changed it to organized protests because they wanted to continue receiving welfare checks and government assistance. And you're gonna tell me that if it was
you see what happened in Atlanta when they let the cops go for 24/7? That was little mini Chirac and Iraq in there,
bro. That one incident, right? That one incident at Capitol Hill, for that developed from a Trump rally. The one incident had more deaths by cop than all the rolling riots of the summer. You know why? Because there was one person killed by a Capitol Hill police officer. No one was killed by a police officer in the rolling riots during the summertime. There were people killed, but it just wasn't by police, by the rioters.
And they're trying to make it seem like bodies would be.
People have no idea who David Dorn was. That old man went out there to help protect a pawn shop from a kid he knew as a child,
right?
Or a man he knew from when he was a child, and he went out there to protect that kid's pawn shop, and some dude came and shot him in the back of the head. Nobody knows David Dorn's name, though.
Right.
Bro.
It's just this. Well, this is like we could try not to. All we could do is try not to read into it. You know what I'm saying? Too deep. But this is the start of 2021, and like I said on my social media, if you ever wanted to run away and go, this is our warrant. This is the time where you could go. You can go ahead and go. We got Sleepy Joe at the top. We got Kamala Osada at the top, and it's gonna be crazy. And speaking of crazy, did you hear about Bill Gates trying to dim the sun?
No. Are you talking about throwing the metal particles in the atmosphere to reflect the rays?
Reflect the rays. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Dim sunlight.
Dim the sunlight. Oh. I mean, I heard that he was doing that, but I heard it was because of to limit the radiation that's hitting the earth.
How much radiation is really that bad?
I don't know.
Is it what, bro?
I don't know the literature enough to honestly have an opinion. I don't.
It's BS, bro. He trying to turn down the sun, bro.
He's trying to turn down the sun.
That's what he's really trying to do. He got $something billion from America. They help funding it.
Yeah.
That stimulus help him fund how he gonna basically.
That's what was getting me, bro.
Turn off the lights.
The other thing, they're giving fucking
the stimulus,
giving billions to billionaires. Why? My guy.
And giving us $600 and
Pelosi says that's significant. Okay, but $1,200 that we got at the beginning of the year was breadcrumbs.
Right.
Okay,
but look,
I feels.
It's a lot of retracing the steps, huh? Ooh, it's a lot of motherfuckers walking on ice, boy. I tell you. Look, and the funny thing about that is, not only are we only getting 600 compared to everybody else getting their money, probably got it on time and quick. Some of us, it's hard to even get that, bro. It's hard to even get this little 600. It's hard to get. It's hard. It's been harder to get the 600 than it was getting the 12. They barely even want to get it. You seen that the IRS sent a lot of the money to like some other company or something like that to like get it verified or something like that. And some people won't get it. Some people got to get it mailed. And Basically,
and we didn't even want it. Like, we just want to open back up, bro. Like, just let the economy bounce. Like, let it bounce back.
basically,
Because what they're doing is they're just creating future inflation or future higher taxes. And my God, our taxes gonna go up.
bro.
They got the Senate and the House, bro. Our taxes are gonna go up.
I'm trying to be a businessman too.
I'm trying to save money, bro. I'm trying to get a house.
Shit, I'm trying to get a house too. I'm with you.
They're making it hard, bro. They're gonna make it hard. Like, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
But they're about to shove a whole lot of shit down our throat that we don't like.
But it's not. It's not the end of the world. But it feels like every year we get closer and closer to some fucking end game, bro.
Well, these people don't.
And I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm just saying it just seems to get. And I was talking about this just as far as like okay. So let me just say this. As far as credit goes, right? We used to always have one credit, like what you'll pull, like, and there's different credit versions. So you have, like, right now we getting pulled the FICO 8, right, which is what we've been using. But it's like you had the FICO 10, which certain like home loans are pull the FICO, and then 4 and 6 cars are pulled at, and 7 or whatever, you know what I'm saying, 8 credit cards and stuff like that. But those versions of the FICO for credit would last a lot longer back in the day. It's like now things are just moving so rapidly and things are changing so much. It's like nothing just sits back and takes courses anymore. Like, oh, at least it's gonna be like this for 10 years. At least it's gonna be, this is what it's gonna be for the next, you know what I'm saying? Everything is like everything is moving at a way more rapid rate than it was prior. You know what I'm saying? Things just always constantly changing quicker and more drastically than it did in the past. Is that just me or you know what I'm saying?
No, we're definitely moving faster. But it's also because we've become a society of instant gratification.
Right.
And that's a problem. And so when you're trying to instantly satisfy everybody, you're gonna move faster, and the faster you move in a certain direction, and the faster they're going to get tired of it and want to move further, and that's why it's changing faster and more drastically. But it's just like these people. It's just like these people don't fucking understand history, dude. Like, they don't understand like all this shit. Like, you're like reporting on your neighbor. One instance, reporting on your neighbors to that in what they're doing in their own household for cops to come, like, and just being gathered, like just having people over.
Right.
Reporting on your neighbors. That's like Stalinist type shit. That's like Soviet Russia.
That is what that is.
That, I mean, because citizens were encouraged to turn their fellow citizens in.
That's what what's his name was doing in Cuba. If he would say too, if you heard anybody talk bad about me, let me know. We'll kill them.
Yeah,
like, that's what that is.
They were encouraged to turn people into the government.
Right.
And then the I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I got flustered for a second.
It's a lot going on.
I got flustered for a second. But so you have that, and then now you're having all the big tech companies bow basically to the Democratic Party and censor us. So we say, okay, well, we'll just go off in our own corner. We'll make our own platform.
Right.
Well, now we're gonna shut down the servers to your platform. We'll make it impossible for you to operate. Like, that really feels like some communist Chinese type shit. Like, these people don't understand history, and if you don't understand your history, you're bound to repeat it. And I've heard that people say that, and I'm like, yeah, no, people get it. Like, you're full of shit. People don't fucking get it. I was wrong. And now that we're doing some Stalinist type shit, what they're doing is they're changing the language to fit how they want to cut people out into boxes. They're changing to, oh, well, it's dangerous and threatening language. What about it is dangerous and threatening? And then they don't answer you and just ban you. They don't. There's no recourse. There's no repercussions for them. There's no arguing your point. It's threatening. What is threatening? You're banned.
And for the last 50 years, bro, like, you gotta think, like, master plans, like, this way of life, it's been a motion for this way of life. Really, for the last 50 years, bro. If you even think about our education is listen to, don't ask no questions. You know what I'm saying? Don't do no thinking. What I show you and what I tell you, it is what it is. Please don't ask me anything else.
Fiery but mostly peaceful protest.
We don't need anything like that. Just listen to what I'm telling you, and it is what it is. Our education sets the majority of us up for that too. So it's like, bro, this has been, it's like this has all been in the making, and I believe. I just feel like this is what was meant to be. Like this was everything happens for a reason. All I know is I'm not taking no vaccine, bro.
Well,
my foot is not planted on that.
Well, and here's the thing: is my dad always has said this for a long time since I was young, since I was little, before Trump or anything.
Right.
He said we're going back into a communist country. We're gonna be put into a communist regime. Okay, that's the 30 minutes, but we'll go for a little longer. We'll go for a few minutes more. He said we're going back into a communist regime. We're going, and I'm like, no, like people love their freedom. They like their freedom. They're not gonna do this. They're not gonna go communist. And I used to mock other people, the conservatives. They're trying to bring back communism, and I used to mock people like that. And now I see people mocking people like that. But you're really doing communist type shit.
OG been on point,
like censoring people, like encouraging people to report their neighbors, like. That's real communist type shit.
But it's blurred. It's so blurred.
And I thought people would love their freedom enough to say, no, we're not going to do. But people are like cheering this shit on. Bro. Like cheering people being censored off of platforms.
That's what I've been trying to tell you for the last 50 years. You, like, think about this. Like, think about growing up, bro. The lone wolf has never been, like, celebrated, bro. Everything is about the in crowd. It's been the in crowd for the last 50 years, bro. Like, what you see is what you believe. What we make you see is what you need to believe, and that is what that is. People don't want to like what people don't want nothing, man. They want what you gonna give them. That's what the education has been. That's what this is. This is a world we're living in a country full of people where they don't want what they want. They want what you giving them,
bro. And every time you say that, that picture that meme snaps into my head. You believe what we tell you to believe.
Right.
It's real if we say it's real.
Right.
Fucking, it's a fiery but mostly peaceful protest. Buildings burning down in the back, chaos ensuing, but mostly peaceful protests,
bro. 90-something, I'll say 90% of my people still believe that we came off of boats. Oh. Like shit just doesn't make sense, bro. Like. You can't even sell and you survive, let alone you carrying 90, 10,000, 20,000 people under the boat and they all survive, and it doesn't even make sense. But 90% of us it's a group of people right now that will beat me down, and they will beat me, they will leave me on the street in a bloody pope because I break what they think that they know.
I was gonna say I saw some of that shit too. I forgot who was, but I saw someone posting black Indians, like they were black, but they were dressed in the full feathered gear and everything.
Indians are black, bro.
Huh. But yeah, like so. Yeah, but that was a trip when I saw that, like the old pictures and stuff.
But I'm saying, like, and I say that to say basically it's this whole time, bro. It's they got us mentally, really mentally. They got us where they want us, bro. Ain't no thinking, ain't no asking. You better not speak, because we speak for you. Oh, you're black? You're not. No, you're only black if you're a BLM. You're only black if you want this. It's like everything is, and it's not just about black at this point, because I know you see some people, they over there fighting for some Mexican pride thing they got going on. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't appreciate none of this thing. What the fuck? What are you doing?
Like for us, that's like that shit's always made me mad, bro.
Like, what the
always
fuck are you doing, bro?
That shit's always made me mad,
right,
bro. Like, if you think it's so great, bro, go back. What are you doing here? If it was so great, people wouldn't be.
No motherfucker step back into Mexico.
If it was so great, people wouldn't be running to get here.
Right.
It's not great.
Hell, half of the people that's talking all that mess don't even know how to speak Spanish.
Bro, I don't know how to speak Spanish.
But I'm just saying, like, if it was so great, you would at least learn the language. I mean, right? You know, you would at least learn how to speak Spanish. You don't even know how to. You couldn't even go to Mexico and, like, get around. You just be waving your hand like, you know, look at me, I'm you. You know what I'm saying? I'm you. Look at me. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't even see us like that either. Yeah, like, if you're American.
You're white. Like,
you're American, dude. But yeah, my guy, just
this is the build up though. This is what. But think about it, and see, I even try to put myself in the perspective of somebody who runs the country. Like, say I'm a top guy. I run a lot of stuff, right? I'm like somebody that knows Bill Gates. Like, we're friends type shit, right? And I mean, like, I can imagine myself having this conversation and just looking at Bill Gates and be like, man, they listen to everything we fucking say. Like, this is what you want.
Yeah.
This is where you would want the people to be, right?
Yeah.
Like at this point, this is how you make somebody believe that they're not enslaved, but they're slaves.
Yeah. Yeah. They just went from physical to mental slavery.
It's all mental now.
And holy God, like, oh, bro.
And then they gonna up the tax, take our money, and go fund gender facilities in Iran. Then they gonna take our money and go fund Israel to build Israel. Like it's like, whoa. So y'all like, really, what this is, and if you think about it, this is really just one big prostitution ring with bells and whistles.
Basically. And the thing about it is Trump has been saying that for the longest time. We're getting pimped out to all the other countries. We're getting pimped out to China. They make everything that we get.
Okay.
Like we're getting pimped out.
So do you remember when I told you about the Five Eye Alliance, right?
Mm-hmm.
America, Australia, Canada, UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand. So the Chinese has like their army in Canada right now.
Yes, I heard about
Canada folded, and Australia folded, which is Canada. His name is like Trudeau or something like that, right? Trudeau, right? And then Australia, it's a lady, right? And they're both young. They're the youngest ones in the Five Eyes Alliance, right?
Uh-huh.
So they falling, right? So all we got right now is us in basically UK right now. We the only ones standing strong, but now we about to fold too. Everything in America is funded and made by China, or really basically China. So we have folded, bro. And if you go to certain sections of America, you see that all of it's towns like it's like around San Gabriel. I told you about this and stuff like that. Like places and especially LA County, you see it so deep in LA County. Little places in LA County, like on the outskirts of LA County, that used to be like full of like Hispanic and like a little bit of black, Hispanic, but like a lot of Hispanics and like whites and a little bit of black people. Full Asian, and I'm not just gonna say Chinese. I'm gonna say Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean.
Yeah.
It's bad, bro.
Well,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, because I'm not sure that they're tied to the government. I don't think so. I think they came here for the American dream,
and they got it,
and they built it. Out. They worked hard as shit.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm really saying that as far as businesses, like a lot of businesses are selling out and giving our rights and stuff to China. Like right. we've been sold, we've been pimped, we've been beaten, mutilated at this point, bro. Yeah. And now it's to the point to where like if I hit you right now, you know I'm hitting you, and you're gonna be like, dude, or you're not even saying that we gonna be fighting. If I hit you, we fighting, right? Now it's to the point to where if I hit you, you're gonna look at me and be like, "Oh man, you're supposed to do that." You know what I'm saying? Like keep on hitting me. You know what I'm saying? Like now you just at this point you don't even know that this is the action I'm doing is physically harming you. But at this point you don't even know it no more. Yeah. You just used to it. It is what it is. You actually love it now.
Yeah. And that's the thing is Trump had been talking about this for a long time since he started running, and
like I said, if anything. What Trump did the best to me was he pulled back the veil a little bit, winded up the curtains. He just opened the curtains a little bit. You know, he couldn't do it for too long. 5 years ain't enough for everybody to get it. Yeah. So he just did it just a little bit, and we was able to just to see like, oh shit, this is what's really going on. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, bro. And we could say this to the people. We can say this to everybody. We can go outside every day and just yell this do microphones at the front of the spot, and it'll go over everybody's head, bro.
Yeah. This is a bit troublesome.
I'm a bit flustered right now.
I'm a bit flustered, bro. But all right, that's episode 8. This is like the 5th episode we recorded for episode 8, but this is episode 8. I'm not all right. This is the thing. I'm not doing cuts anymore, and inputting pictures. It's a lot of work,
right? And
I don't have the savviness to do it. So all I'm doing is putting it up, slapping the color, making us look good.
Yeah, Slim and Shroom.
And I'm gonna put it up. And if you want like the links or anything like that, like comment in it, leave a comment, and I'll comment back the link to whatever I was looking about or talking about. Oh my god.
The links to you just send the links
like
out
whatever specific topic they want to know more on.
Right.
So like if the bill for New York, like I can send them, I can comment the link back that so they can see it.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just like I said, color correction, boom, post. That's it. That's all I'm doing now because I take too long with these fucking edits, and I gotta sit there and import the photos.
Yeah,
cut it up, and then
you could just put the links under the thing, and then
Make it fancy.
you could just say the Canada vaccine,
Yeah.
no fly Canada vaccine, click. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So until we get like an actual video production person, you know who the fuck I'm talking to.
oh shit, bring them out.
Until we get an actual video production person out here
Right.
to do this, it's just gonna be straight video, just straight podcast. It'll be 30 minutes. Like I said, I'm gonna start setting timers now.
We got to get these out to the people for sure, bro.
Yeah, and we're gonna be upgrading the background and stuff like that.
Because this voice is gonna get silenced.
Oh,
Voices are getting silenced.
I give it through 2 years before we get kicked off YouTube, and we're just gonna be simply on Rumble.
Shit,
And
B11 gonna make B17 gonna make sure we get kicked off at least in a couple months.
yeah. So,
I'm trying to catch the B17.
my God. All right, but that's episode 8. This is just gonna go out, boom, like that. Tomorrow, it's gonna be out. All right.
Peace, love.
Peace, y'all.